So I welcome sir, and first of all, let me be very thankful on all of us behalf that sir has come, and it's a matter of lot of honor, sir, for us, and lot of prestige for us that you have arrived here. You've taught thousands and thousands of Bschool graduates, and more than teaching, you've guided them, and their careers have really have shaped careers and built lives of all these students. So really thankful. And from my side, and all of us from Patna, right, would really like to thank sir for coming here. So small round of applause. Sir, the whole purpose is now, because they have witnessed few professors talking, but we wanted director's perspective because they get a 360-degree view of what's happening inside business school and what is the future of business school itself and MBA graduates. So first of all, sir, I would like to know that how is it like the entire Bschool scenario changing? Because they keep watching YouTube videos where there are 2 lakh views where they say that MBA itself is now not required. And sometimes as a young person, people start questioning whether it is required or not. Do you not watch such kind of videos?
Yeah.
It's there. So why not talk to the most important person who is really spearheading this entire thing?
Very good afternoon to all of you. I think it's just 12. I welcome you to this forum. In fact, I was not aware that he was putting me in the YouTube. Normally, I'm a very, very shy of social media because we are born in the Stone Age. And when we say that we are digital immigrants, I'm a digital immigrant. You are all digital natives because we are born with a smartphone. And recently, if you have read the news, smartphone export is more than a diamond. So that means smartphone has become more popular than diamond. Now girls and women do not want diamond, they want smartphone worth 2 to 3 lakh.
iPhone 16.
iPhone 16 and 20 and same model we are buying again and again, and ultimately, buying at a higher price. Changing the model, they will just put something. It's a strategy, marketing strategy. So this is what you can learn from various new items which is there in the system. Scenario is definitely changing because things in management change quite frequently. The concept which is popular now is not popular later on. With passage of time, it is very difficult for us as a faculty to understand what is changing because students get lost in their curriculum. They want to pass their exam and get a grade. But bottom line in MBA is all about placements. All of you know that. Why is it necessary? Because now Google is saying they don't want qualification. They want who is an expert, who can, handle AI or ML, that's all. These are the skills required. But this is shortcut to, shortcut to something you want to acquire. Why we say MBA is necessary? You have to understand one thing. Your mind is not all that mature because you have just completed your graduation. I'm not saying there is no study in graduation. But what I'm saying is that you have to fine-tune yourself for a further 2 years. It's very important. You have to understand that. And you are the preferred choice. MBA is a preferred choice for corporates because they prefer MBAs. Rather than, you can also get a job at the graduate level. But the package will be much lower. When you join ICICI Bank at a graduate level, your salary would be much lower. So when you join at an MBA level, what happens is, your package will be much higher, that you are saving 5 to 6 years. So in the cost benefit analysis, we'll find that it's much better to do an MBA. And things are changing so fast. If you see, AI, ML has come, what all things are changing. It will be very, very relevant. So this contemporary course curriculum gets modified day to day. I mean, every 2 years we modify it. But our curriculum is slightly different. What we do, we have 30 sessions. We tell the faculty to teach something which is relevant. Because by the time we get into curriculum, by the time the course is designed, it is again getting outdated. Okay, so it's very difficult to say what we are teaching is relevant. So when we go to the class, we always tell faculty members that you must discuss the news which has happened today or yesterday. Okay. We tell students that you have to keep track of what is happening. How do you keep track? Now, if I tell you to read newspapers, you will never know. I've been telling this for more than a decade and I found that students never read question paper. One of my students who came to me after getting placed, she's got a job in Pathak AMC. And she said, sir, I realize now why you said to read newspapers. So we changed this, what we did, we gave every student a Be Smart app. Go to Business Standard, there's a Be Smart app. And you can read the news. There's a quiz also. There's also a case study. Competition is also there. So there also when we told the students, hardly 15 to 20% got into that. They don't want to listen because they want shortcuts in life. So never my communication to all of you, don't look for shortcuts. Don't have very high expectations in life. People come and they don't have any skills, and what they do, their expectations are here, their skills are here. And there's a big gap. You understand what I'm saying? Keep your expectations low. Don't look for obviously if you get a 15, 20 lakh job, it's quite okay. I mean, nobody will mind that. You deserve that. I'm not demeaning IIM, but I have seen that you get a very high salary in IIM. Ultimately, are you able to sustain it? See, point is, why I'm telling you to start from the ground level. Start from the ground level and go to any company or any domain, you will find there are jobs there. Companies are willing to take students. They have got jobs. The only problem which we face is mapping the student's profile with the company's requirement. And companies have become very, very strict. They only want those students who will who will stay with the company. They don't want student who's got 9 CGPA or 10 CGPA. I've seen that. I'm telling you with my experience. Average student is much smarter. He's able to get the job immediately because of his smart answers.
What you are saying is that along with acads, you should be able to focus on other areas.
Other areas, because the environment is changing quite frequently. You have to keep track. Just keep track of few news items. Okay. To enable you to link it with what has been being taught there in your classroom, in financial management, in marketing management, maybe HR, IT. There are specializations. But I say we give you specializations because we know that a BCom student will fit more in finance than in marketing. But BCom students also take marketing.
Absolutely.
You also take marketing. Now, I'll tell you the fallacy. A marketing student will be required to do a marketing job in banks. So tell me one thing. How did the student explain? Because this question will be asked by the company. You are a finance student. Why are you taking a marketing assignment? That's a basic question. So the answer which you have to give is, I'm a finance student. I know about the financial products better than the marketing student. I'll be able to sell your product in a better way. This is the answer you are supposed to give. See, we give you various specializations. But ultimately, what happens when you go to take a job, you have to know about everything. My marketing student is handling treasury in IndusInd Bank. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, absolutely. So essentially, in fact, when I was talking to some of the other faculties, they were also saying that now industries are looking at 360-degree managers.
Yes.
Instead of only domain expert, they want people to have an understanding of all the areas. Right. And you may start with a functional role, but they might keep changing your roles depending on requirements of the industry, and people are more flexible. Whoever is more flexible, they have a higher chance of growth as well as sustaining in a company. That is what you are saying, sir?
Yes. You have to be flexible. You have to be adjustable. You have to be agile. You should be willing to move all across the country, all across the world, in fact. Students have restrictions. Obviously, you've got family restrictions and all that. Girl student will not go to, Middle East. But Dubai is the best place to work upon. I can tell you.
Yeah.
A lot of students are there. I'll give you an example. I was in Dubai. We are doing an alumni meet. Payal Chatterjee. So the meet finished at 11 o'clock in the night. Said, Payal, should I drop you? No, sir. I would drop you because I'm much more safer than you. You cannot imagine this.
Yeah,
Dubai is a place where it's very safe for girls. No income tax. Lovely. We have paid income tax through our nose. For last 48 years, I've been paying income tax.
Sir, government is watching you.
No, it's okay.
Nirmala Sitharaman is watching you.
See, point is, see, we don't mind paying tax. I'm not getting into that. But what I'm trying to say is, for the girl students, that Dubai is a place, Riyadh is a place where you should go and work. If you get that opportunity. One of my alumni also said, who came from Dubai and said, sir, I want to teach. I said, relax. Don't think about teaching. Everybody thinks that teaching is a simple game. I tell you, I was in 25 years in corporate banking, then I am into teaching for last 24 years virtually. Okay. Teaching will make you a different person. You will be a different human being, I can tell you. You will be so emotionally intelligent, you will understand the problems of the students. Students come trying to be, sir, I failed in graduation. What to do? I said, come next year. There's no problem. DC, don't think that everything will be, everything will be fine and smooth. It's not. There will be struggles in life. COVID had taught us what is struggle.
Yeah,
you understand that.
Absolutely.
We knew, but we were able to manage because we did online classes, and surprisingly, the placements happened very beautifully.
Very good placement.
Very good placement. So one student came to me and said, sir, we got placed. I said, तुम्हारा चेहरा नहीं देखा ना, इसलिए तुम place हो गए.
Sir, which brings me to the question which I've been asking everyone. Whom do you like as a student while interviewing that for a business school, in your business school, or generally in your group itself? And the second question is, whom do you really not like? Like, is there a likability factor, one? And obviously, what are the skill sets you are expecting from a student to bring to the table for him or her to get selected?
Okay. Very good question. See, first of all, I'll tell you, we like each and every student. I go and tell the students in the class, we love each one of you. We want that there should be no difference between you. But each one of you are very, very different. Some of you will take things lightly, some of you will take things seriously, and some of you will never listen. It's a model which is existing for so many years. Out of that, 80% students get placed, with 50 to 60 gets placed normally. 20% a bit of struggle, then as you go down, there will be some struggles. Always, last 20% is not very easy to manage, but somehow we have been able to place each and every student. So there is no difference between any student. How will you get selected or why will you get rejected? I'll come to the major point. See, when you come for an interview, what do we look into? First of all, your body language has to be positive. Remember that. Don't come and sit in front of the interviewer as if this is your murder, something which is happening, and this is the last thing which is going to happen. If you get it, fine. If you don't get it, still it is fine. Students, when they don't get placed, one student went home and locked his room, and he was not responding to his colleague's call. So we were worried. We all rushed there. Then we found out he was crying there because he was not placed. See, I know, we understand. We understand your feelings. If you are not placed, there will be some issues mentally, obviously. So first of all, go there with the positive frame of mind to get selected. Ours is the process of selection because we believe each one of you are a placeable student. We strongly believe that. Because everybody is not perfect. Nobody is perfect in this world. You do not know everything. I'm not a walking encyclopedia. If I don't know answer to certain questions, I tell student, Baba, you let me know if you get an answer. So this will always happen. A teacher is a student and a student is a teacher. One of my alumni, he came and took some classes. So he wished me on the Teachers' Day, Happy Teachers' Day. I said, thank you and same to you. He said, ha ha ha. I said, you are also taught my students. So you see, every student has got a teaching ability. I tell my seniors to teach the juniors. They understand better. When we teach, they don't understand so much. If your colleague is teaching, You will definitely understand better.
That happens here also.
Yeah. So you must have a buddy teaching, you know. You must study in a group. MBA is all about studying in a group. So when you go for an interview, have a positive, go well dressed, I'm telling you. Don't dress up like Govinda or something. Don't do that. Accident today, I think. It was in the news. One bullet went, he was cleaning his gun and the bullet hit his leg. So
मुझे नहीं पता था Govinda and gun.
So see, go well dressed, positive frame of mind, and have a smiling face. A lot of students go there and they're so nervous. Obviously, nervousness is there. Everybody will have. Have a positive frame of mind. You should answer questions correctly. If you do not know the answer to the question, please say, sir, I do not know answer to this question. Please ask a different question. We can find out only what you know. We cannot find out what we don't know. So that's the thing which you have to do. Interviewer also tells that he or she will have to select you. So follow your application form. Whatever you have written, it should be very, very truthful. Don't say that I am a chess champion. Okay, if you say that I play badminton, this is my hobby or passion. So who was the national champion? What happened in Asian Games? You should know answer. See, when you are putting something on your application form, you are directing the interviewer to ask those questions. So that should be the smart strategy which you should have. You have read a book? Yes, sir. Which book? Sir, I follow. You have name of the author? Sir, I follow. You must go prepared. You must know what has happened around it. What is the news which you have learned last 3-4 days, which you have gone through newspaper? Say, I don't read newspapers. That's the best answer. But the main thing is that unless you keep yourself, up to date on the news. See, this is why we do all this, because we want to follow this practice even during those 2 years. It's very necessary. And if you do that, definitely you have a better chance of, see, which company will take you, which company will reject you, we do not know. So in your interview, when you're going for an MBA, whether you get selected or rejected, no, there's no hard and fast rule or there's no formula. I'll put A plus B whole square is equal to, so if you solve this problem, you're selected. No. This is not going to happen. You should be positive, go well dressed, keep your application form which you have mentioned, and always remember, ask whenever some question is asked by the interviewer, give a correct answer. Maybe it may be wrong also. It's not that you will always be able to give a correct answer. You said, I think this is the answer to this question. Okay. Normally, in interview, in MBA, they don't ask domain knowledge. I don't know. I mean, this is what practice. But if you say my accounts is the favorite subject, so be prepared, Be prepared to answer a few questions on the accounts, okay? Like one question I'll tell you, because that's an example. He said, I know I'm accounting in and out. I said, fine. Okay, I asked the student. Okay, this is a company which has declared dividend, right? But unable to pay the dividend. It has got profit on its books, unable to pay the dividend. Where's the problem with the company? Because SEBI rules clearly says that if you have declared a dividend, you will have to pay the dividend. Okay. Now this company has declared the dividend, it's got profit on its books, but it's not able to. Profit is sufficient for the dividend to be covered. What is the problem in the company? Most of the students will not be able to answer. Anybody? Receivables? Huh? No. Cash flow is not there. Receivables are very high. It is showing sales. It has got profit. What is the business requirement to have cash flow? Cash was not there because there are receivables of more than 240 to 360 days. So this is the answer. See, when you're asked a question, why I'm telling you all this, because nowadays, companies have also started changing their mode of selection. And this is a similar process we follow at the time of admission also. Okay, mathematics question. X minus A into X minus, you must be knowing this. Come on. X minus A into X minus B up to X minus Z. What is the value? This is all to fox you. There is one term x minus x, so that will become 0. Always remember one thing, that there is answer written in every question.
Sir, so I will just summarize you because you made some really brilliant points out here. One point was, I don't know whether it registered with you or not. When you fill up the form for a business school, mostly the forms are online now. Some of you might be keeping screenshot and many of the students do not. And they write like, why do you want to join this college? Then there are some questions, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Some questions like hobbies and interests. People do not keep it. And some hilarious and funny situations have come where they have written a hobby that I play cricket, and in interview they said that I play football because they don't remember what they have written. So the point which you said, that keep your application form, I think is very important. Even in an exam like that, there is an essay. And people don't realize they get a call of accelerate and they don't know what they have written. So when you write something, please immediately keep a copy of it. This is something which is very, very important while filling up form, and whichever interview you go for, what you have actually filled it up in the form, you must have that in your mind. That is one part which sir said, and I think that is very crucial. Second part which sir said was about body language, and now it is becoming so clear. Every person who's we are talking to is saying body language is very important, a positive body language. And that means somewhere down the line, it is making a difference to how people are judging us, irrespective of our capability or skill set. Body language is crucial. And for that, you will have to actually get yourself interviewed by others, right? That is the next step. So when mock interviews are going to happen, I won't take your interviews because I am predisposed to your body language, right? So I may not be able to understand. I may have my own biases because I have been interacting with you for a long period of time. But when sir takes interview, he would be pretty neutral. And therefore, even mock interviews of yours should be by someone who doesn't know. We'll try that. The third very important part which sir said was about matching the profile of student with the end result, which is companies that are coming to the campus, right? I think that is where I would say in today's conversation, sir, I got my director's perspective because this was not there by anyone. Professors were focused on their domain, their understanding with due respect, but most of the time when you are talking, you are connecting everything with placements. That is what we have gathered in the last 20 minutes of our conversation with sir. He's always going back to the placements, people who are getting placed. So somewhere down the line, my understanding is that we're looking forward to students who are placeable students whom we can place. And therefore, I think it is, as a student, it will be your duty to really improve your skill sets wherever you are going for interviews. Look at the kind of companies that are coming and see whether you are able to match those skill sets with the companies. And I think that is a crux of selection or rejection, isn't it, sir? That is what everybody is looking at.
So what we do, we conduct mock PI sessions for the students before the placements. And this happens throughout the year. We get alumni members, we get people from corporates to do mock interviews. Because as he said, that one has to be neutral. Because I know my student very well. But if somebody else comes, they will be able to exactly point out the deficiency in the student. And some of the corporates are saying, oh my God, you got such a lovely student, I'm going to place. I said, lay over here. So it's like that. You have to give exposure. We give exposure to all the students, for alumni members to come and take interviews, corporates to come and take. It's very, very important. And see, I'll tell you another thing. Earlier what used to happen, a lot of companies used to take group discussions. Now we have discontinued that group discussion in our selection process also. It's a micro presentation. Because what happens in group discussion is that, some of the students, they try to show them, yes, they know everything. And some of the students don't speak because of fear. Okay, so they're not able to understand the students. So that practice, some of the companies have discontinued. Some of them are still continuing with GD. Some of them, slowly the things change very fast. So now we have introduced the concept of micro presentation, which says that you have to speak for 4-5 minutes on any topic, which there will be a ball where there's chip you have to pick up and you have to speak on that topic. Simple, 5 minutes you speak, 2-3 minutes, but you must speak. There's one student, when we did micro presentation earlier, he came and said, no sir, I will not like this. Because of that fear. If you have to speak something, start speaking to your friends, your faculty members, your basically even your parents. You can speak with them.
Just to add with sir, CAP. The first thing CAP does, so CAP is the newer IIMs. The first thing they do is to start the interview with a micro presentation where they'll give you a topic and you have to speak for a minute, right? And that happens online. That's first. IIM Indore, same thing. They're doing. I know, and obviously in your business school also you're doing it. Increasingly, many of the business school, FMS always had this, right? Which they call extemper.
Extemper.
So that's been a part of FMS for long years. That's again a skill which you'll have to practice over a period of time. It won't happen one day. At that time, last minute. Some of you are excellent in communication skill, but a lot of you will have to work very hard and work on yourself to be able to speak. That again boils down to topics. Now, if you don't have a range of knowledge, depth of knowledge, how would you speak? And that's why it makes sense that sir was talking about, sir, that business standard, is it free for everyone?
No. It's 300 rupees per annum.
So they are all free generation. 300 rupees is free because they drink coffee of 300 rupees every week. Right. So 300 rupees is almost
It's
free.
a very good app. You will find my name. I am also doing quizzing. Okay, so I try to find out how much I know. Okay, so it's important for a faculty to find out. So I was initially did one quiz in three minutes or something. So I was first. I was very happy. Then slowly I became 31st because I didn't handle other. See, point is what I'm trying to tell you. It's not about me. It's about you. I want my students to go there. And latest news quiz is there. Business, environment, marketing, everything is there. And quiz comes every day or alternate day and you give it 2 days to answer. Okay, so try to find out how much you know or how much you don't know. And this thing you should start doing right itself now. Why am I telling you? Because see, 2 years of MBA, time will be very short, I'm telling you. Students, by the time they realize everything is over. And your companies, they don't stop. Companies, if they start coming, they come in a row. Now we have 5-6 companies lined up before Pujas. So point is, students are what to prepare. Now, come on, we have given you so much of time. You're saying what to prepare. So profile is known, everything is known. So you will have to start preparing. See, whatever you learn. I give this concept to my students. Learn one. If you are weak in communication, learn 1 word of English every day. New word. This is what we did when I was in IIT. When we used to sit for, I never got selected in IIM, so I'm very happy. Okay, so lot of my friends, they got selected in IIM Ahmedabad, Kolkata and all that. So we used to share in a wing. Then when there are 5-6 students, if I say one word, he or she will, only he is there. So only this boy, that boy, my friends, they were all together. We used to learn 5 to 6 words every day. This is how you pick up a language. Remember, anything can be learned within 20 days. If you go to YouTube, they'll tell you can learn Telugu in 20 days.
Yes.
You can learn Spanish. Who will learn Telugu? They want to learn Spanish and German. Okay, so if you have the desire to do something, you can achieve anything in life. I can tell you that. I did my PhD at the age of 58, and I was the youngest grandfather doing PhD. So the point is, what I'm telling you, there is no end to learning.
Sir, I'll beat you. I'm sorry to say, I'm in my 2nd year of PhD. So I'm going to beat you. But I'm still not a grandfather, but still.
See, point, the thing which I'm communicating to you, I have traced out my alumni members. 25 years earlier they have passed out. I don't know them. I connected with them on the LinkedIn, and 25 years where they have gone. Somebody is there in Australia, somebody is there in Scotland. So I traced them. I told them, okay, come on, talk to my students online. Okay, there's somebody is chairman of some insurance company. So see, 20-25 years is a long period. Now my students are achieving what they achieved in 25 years, and within 10 years they have achieved. The growth will be very fast if you are able to understand the area where you are working upon. And you have to be a quick learner. Remember, live a disciplined life. Always lead a disciplined life. Be very sure what you are doing. Give 1 hour to yourself. 1 hour to yourself. Studying books, reading news. Okay, you can watch movies also, but watch movies which are documentary, which will enable you to learn. There is one movie on subprime crisis, Inside Job. Go and see that. It was there in Netflix. It talks about how the crisis developed. From 2008, 2000 it was developing in Iceland, and then it went up to 2008 when we all suffered.
Just to share with you, subprime crisis was the reason why Lehman Brothers fell and there was a recession in the world market. Right. So those are very interesting ones. In fact,
if you are in finance or even if you are marketing, you should follow this crisis. Asian crisis, this crisis, you will learn a lot what happened. And there will be a lot of learnings there.
Sir, in fact, there are a couple of questions and then we'll finish it off. So please have your coffee. We'll take up. It's almost cold now.
It is cold, so it's okay.
It'll become cold coffee. So, do you have any questions in your mind? Because I have 1 or 2 questions and then we'll wrap it up. Anyone? Any questions? As such, no questions. We have touched on a lot of areas. Since you are here, I would want students to understand how are your students selecting specializations? Because that is one thing which is there in mind. And another aspect is that sir has been, I would really thank you for making this point, because you have encouraged lots of students who may not be great otherwise. From you coming up and saying that, everybody can be a manager if they apply themselves, if they work on this skill, is a huge encouragement, because everybody is not getting scores, right? So this is the time where a lot of people get demotivated also. And I also keep telling them that, look, there are opportunities. You may not get great in English and maths, and still you can do very well. If you work on your GK, if you work on your skill set, then industry is ready to select. You may not get those 30 lakh rupees, right? But still, it gives a very good opportunity and platform to move forward. I think that is something which is crucial. You're also saying that English is very important, because without which to think about a management is very difficult. Everything is taught in English, and you must be able to read and understand English, and to be able to speak also in English.
So yeah, see, here I would like to make a point. A lot of students come from this particular state, and I like Bihar because my first posting was in Patna.
Okay.
Always want to come. When he rang me up, so I was feeling not very comfortable in the sense I was not well, but still I said no, I will come. Patna hai to mujhe jana hai.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
I learned sweetness from sweetness from my Patna colleagues or who were not there. So I was working in a bank, so I realized that life is so good and so sweet with Patna Vasi. Bihari jo hote hain, khana pina, chokha or litti chokha. When I came to Patna recently, I was looked around. Litti chokha was not available in the hotel, so I went and my director, senior director there in Mumbai, Priti was also there. So we looked around and got litti chokha. So we wanted to have that. The point which I'm telling you is about your communication skills. Even if you are not good, remember now the companies don't give up learning. There was one student who was from Bihar, Patna, and he was not good in communicating in English, but he learned that. And he's doing very well. He was with IIFT Bank, then he keeps on changing jobs. Okay. So if you are not good in communication, don't feel subdued or feel inferior that you are good for nothing. A lot of companies are now employing students in states like Bihar, Assam, if you know the local language. Because the main thing is communication is how you communicate to your customer. Okay. That's very, very important. You must realize that if you're able to communicate in any language, because the customer here would be mainly speaking Hindi. So if you are comfortable in Hindi, speak in that language. So students who not comfortable, even after 2 years of training, they cannot pick up that much. So banks have taken them in certain areas, where certain states where they are employing them and they are very comfortable in speaking in Hindi. So see, this is all something which I'm telling you. You must realize that life is not all that bad. It is for you to understand this. Everywhere there is a positivity there. There will be negativity, there will be positivity. There will be positive thoughts, there will be negative thoughts. That always will be there with you. But mind, everything depends on mind. Read this book, I think 80% mindset, 20% skill set. Okay, if you read that book, I'm forgetting the name of the author. He's there in Instagram. Okay, so everything is in your mind. Remember that. Your mind can do wonders. My Guru Sri Ravi Shankar says that mind is subtle like water and air, things like that. So try to work on your mind, try to work on yourself, and things will change. Don't get disheartened that you do not know this particular, you don't have that skill set. You can acquire that. Give yourself time. Give your 1 year, 2 years, and things will be very different, I'm telling you. You have to work upon, and you can do it. You're all young. You can go a long way.
Absolutely. In fact, sir, really thankful to you because this was very motivational for all of us. And I was looking forward, just to share with you, I'm almost like looking forward to see you here and speak to our students because this is exactly the kind of motivation I was expecting. I knew you obviously, so you will speak on that. And they would also understand that someone who's an achiever has been to, so you've been to Kharagpur when very few people were able to get through IITs. I think at that time, IIMs were also much below. Still IIT Kharagpur people think that I am better than I am Ahmedabad. So when you said, thank God I couldn't get through IIMs, I could understand. These people will not understand because IIT people and especially KGP people, they never think that IIMs are something which are beyond us. Once we have gone to an IIT Kharagpur, that means we don't need to do anything. That is the kind of attitude is there. So that comes up. And second is quizzing, sir. I got selected in business schools because of my quizzing and nothing else. And if sir is in Calcutta, true Kolkata person, because you will find 80-year-old people fighting with 15-year-old people as far as quizzing is concerned. And that comes out. So really thankful to you. And my good wishes to all of you and all of us.